Upswing, presented by Oricon Bank. The natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Hope your day is off and running. A lot of sunshine out there. Love to see it. We're going to talk this morning about stress on both the youth and in the C-suite level. C-suite stress is rising, and here in Wisconsin, Century Insurance has some new numbers around it. We're going to learn all about the C-suite stress index. But truly, how do you manage business and work stress? You know, there's breath work, there's walks. We all like to take breaks. You drink water throughout the day. No matter what, don't get all caught up in it. But for CEOs and business leaders, it's getting harder and harder not to pay attention to all the noise. For kids in the community, there's trauma and there's stresses too. Strive 365 is an organization in the area that's out to make some real positive changes. I'm excited that CEO Brandon Curry will join us in studio this morning to talk about what they're doing on a very hyper-local community level. We're going to talk Super Bowl hotel prices. We'll do a little Elon versus Cuban and more. First, I'm going to have to talk about this with Martin Moore on Thursday. You know the Benihana Japanese steakhouses? They've existed for, 5 decades, and over time really become these pieces of pop culture. The hibachi grills and the chefs that throw the shrimp up into the air. They make those little volcanoes on the grills. Well, here in Milwaukee, the building that houses Benihana, right there on Kilbourne and Plankington in downtown Milwaukee, is changing owners to an entity called 111 Kilbourne LLC. The name references the property's legal address on Kilbourne. GS Online notes that the company's principal, Navi Gill, intends to operate the building and the franchise restaurant, continue it, but him and his partners bought the property from Kilbourne Bridge Associates that was led by Stephen Bartles for $1.5 million, according to a deed posted online at the Wisconsin Department of Revenue. The Bartles family owns other properties along Plankington Avenue, but it's good to see that the Benihana is going to continue here in downtown Milwaukee. I got 2 more things for you this morning, so let's go. 2 up.
Now it's time for the
2, count 'em, 2.
2 up on the upswing.
There's new life for a parcel near American Family Field, an affiliate of Milwaukee-based commercial real estate firm Phoenix Investors that works to revitalize former manufacturing facilities, announced the acquisition of the former Regal Rexnord 56-acre multi-building industrial campus in West Milwaukee, right there on 47th and Greenfield Avenue. It's a prime location situated just 1 mile from I-94, makes it an excellent opportunity for large-scale manufacturing and distribution operations. The campus is just west of the Target store on Miller Parkway, which is a major commercial strip with numerous retail chains and fast food restaurants. The property sold. Phoenix Investors paid $9 million for the campus. And actually, just today, Phoenix Investors announced that it has also purchased the Stellantis industrial property in Milwaukee's Bayview neighborhood. Good to see these properties changing hands and being primed for redevelopment. Also, prime for redevelopment, American Family Field. The Brewers announced yesterday enhancements for American Family Field for the rest of this upcoming new season that they're loading right now, getting ready for spring training coming up next week. One simple change that is going to be at all the gates is going to include that MLB go-ahead entry, which will now be offered at the home plate west and the third place gates, providing quicker egress so fans can enjoy every aspect of the ballgame. Gives you that facial recognition on your phone. You can walk hands-free. and enter the game. Super easy. Express lanes are going to return to the ballpark at every entrance. A locally owned food truck park called The Alley is going to pop up along the left field loge level. No news on which ones, though, but they'll all be locally based, which is great. And the Brewers' home plate team store is going to get a refreshment to offer a bunch of new products, including a customized corner for personalized jerseys. Pitchers and catchers are scheduled to report to Maryvale on Wednesday, February 12th. Their first workout set for next Friday. The 14th position players scheduled to report on Monday, February 17th. Coming up next, we're going to hit stress on a very local neighborhood level. The CEO at Strive 365 joins us. This is the Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
There are a lot of interesting people and traditions in Wisconsin. 1 hour of covering culture and creativity in our state is simply not enough. I'm Sandy Max of WTMJ's What's on Tap with the happy news that my show is now expanded to 2 hours. So please join me weeknights from 6 till 8 for updates on festivals, films, food, music, theater, and other ways we love to make the most of Wisconsin life. What's on Tap with Sandy Max weeknights now from 6 till 8 on WTMJ. And subscribe to the What's on Tap podcast to listen anytime you want. Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Debbie Loziga here for Kohler Services. If you've been putting off your bath or shower remodel, now's the time to turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. This month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Luxtone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Stress due to trauma is a concern for all of us, right? You know, everyone's going through something in this life. And I saw this from Stevens Point-based Century Insurance. A new study they just released reports that while nearly half of all business leaders are truly optimistic that their companies are going to thrive for the rest of the year, but a majority, 67%, admit to feeling more stressed compared to this time last year. Stress and trauma on an adolescent level can have big impacts beyond the classroom into our communities and our businesses. Thrive 365 supports recovery and traumatic life experiences through coaching and mentoring and programming. Its CEO, Brandon Curry, joins us in the studio. Brandon, I appreciate you taking time today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Excited to be here.
Of course. So tell us about Strive 365's approach to trauma-informed programming, and how has it evolved since it was founded in 2020?
Yeah, so we were basically created to just offer additional support to youth and members of the community and create a platform where individuals can build resiliency and create change. And we've done that through our youth programming, as well as our professional development opportunities, workshops, and different trainings. The idea is that, you know, you take time to build long-lasting relationships, earn trust, get individuals to look within, and then they're able to make better decisions and build their self-esteem so they can overcome those obstacles and challenges that they're facing.
Yeah, and it truly has impacts, beyond the classroom, beyond the programming, and into the business world, no matter what the kids choose in their next step, right?
Exactly. So the idea of trauma is it's almost like this cloud following you wherever you go, right? So when you wake up, you never know what the weather's going to be that day, right? And depending on, if it's cold or if it rains, we have to make adjustments to counteract what is thrown at us. The same thing with trauma. You can't control necessarily traumatic events that occur in your life. And so those events, even if they happen a long time ago, they're still with you and can be triggers with other things or obstacles that come in front of you. So the key is that you find ways to equip youth and individuals with tools and strategies they can use to counteract that trauma and ultimately have more positive outcomes.
Yeah. And what are some of the activities that you use to teach resilience? And can they work on anyone?
Definitely. I mean, again, it starts with trust. So our coaches, facilitators, mentors that use our curriculum and programming, it really comes back to fun. Fun is the essence of creating change. And we usually use sports, athletics, fun, engaging activities, games, performing arts, really any activity that individuals are interested in. That's what we try to connect to. We even actually have, we've created a video game as another option, and primarily because that's what kids are into, right? So it's another connector that we use to teach those tools and those strategies that they can implement on a daily basis to help self-regulate and overcome, again, those challenges.
Yeah, I mean, to the video game point, and we'll talk about this after the break, but I want to get your thoughts on just this rising tensions on social media, not only among students, but, kind of all of us, right? And there's these echo chambers of digital conflicts that aren't necessarily good for our mental health moving forward. I want to see how you guys work to promote positive online interactions. We're talking with Brandon Curry from Strive 365. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News, presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Tell us a little bit about Innovative Signs.
We're located out in Waukesha. Where we are really focused mostly is manufacturing outdoor electrical signs.
You came to Horicon Bank. How do you think other local businesses can benefit?
When I call, Michelle picks up the phone, and when I email, she responds in a timely manner. A few years ago, I talked to my accountant about shopping around looking for a different bank just to get some alternatives, and he said, absolutely not. You're not going to like working for a big bank. They have a lot more regulations. So that's how we got involved with Cornerstone Bank. When Horicon purchased Cornerstone, we came along for the ride, and it's been great.
Just like most cars and trucks can't run without oil, no person can function without food. That's why, through March 1st, the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee is contributing $1 from every oil change to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. Every dollar provides 3 healthy meals. Over the past 14 years, Adam has provided more than 2.6 million meals to people in southeast Wisconsin. And now, the need is greater than ever. Find a participating Adam dealer near you at adamm.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. You business owner, I got a perfect way for you to freshen up your business. How about a fresh coat of paint? Call your neighborhood CertaPro painter. Ask about their color consultation services. I use CertaPro. They're the best. They're affordable. They're efficient. They do things the right way. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Homeowners, this is the way to freshen up your house like we did. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. That's the guys I trust. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hey, it's Sandy Max from What's on Tap, and this week we've got another ticket giveaway to best-selling artist and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Bonnie Raitt. September 16th at the Riverside Theater. Don't miss your chance to win tickets before they go on sale. It's another ticket giveaway on What's on Tap right here on WTMJ.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We are joined in studio by Brandon Curry. Brandon is the CEO at Strive 365. So, Brandon, we were talking a little bit earlier. Just, define trauma. And I think when you hear that word, you sometimes think, oh, that doesn't have relevance in the business world. But
Right.
trauma is really anything that kind of impacts our life and can have really big impacts on business and communities down the road.
Definitely, definitely. So the idea of trauma, it's kind of this thing that's out there. It's everywhere, right? And it impacts people in different ways. And, I always try to think of, if I could take a word to associate to trauma, I would say pain, right? And when you think of pain, when a physical event occurs, say someone breaks an arm, there's a pain, but it feels different to individuals. However, when you go to a doctor, they're going to say, oh, you're going to be in this cast for 2 to 3 months. And it's about the same level of time that you're going to be in that cast for every individual that broke their arm in the same place, right?
Yeah.
But let's say that you're in the same household as someone else and you experience the death of a parent, right? There's a form of trauma there, but the length of time that it's going to impact and affect you, we don't know.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a thing that's always going to be there. And, in order to overcome and make better decisions, we need to be equipped with positive relationships, positive experiences. As we talked earlier about sports and games and just being in engaging environments. Those are the things that help you overcome that.
Yeah. I mean, through your methods and your work with students, what are some of the metrics that you focus on that hey, these programs are working?
Yeah, so there's the quantitative and the qualitative. Quantitative would be attendance, grades, behavioral referrals, things like that. But the qualitative is also important, and that's more of storytelling. What are the kids saying? What are they saying about their feelings, their emotions? And, one of the biggest connections we talk about, or connectors, is that kids are showing up smiling and happy, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the grades haven't improved, or there's still some behavioral concerns, but that kid, you've never seen them smile. Now they're starting to smile. Now they're starting to ask questions. Now they're starting to, tear down those blocks and let you in and build relationships.
Yeah.
That alone is growth, and then those other things start improving as well.
Yeah. And as we look long term, I mean, having the students that are optimistic and upbeat and willing to take on challenges in a positive way is good for employers.
No doubt. So, when you go through challenges and obstacles, I mean, at the end of the day, that's life.
Yeah.
Right? No one's knocking on the door saying, hey, here's a better life or opportunity. You have to go through your journey, figure it out, overcome it. But those obstacles ultimately lead you to opportunities for more success, right? Because, again, it's testing your resiliency, it's testing your drive. And that comes back to even our name, striving every day, all day to reach your peak.
Yeah.
It's the idea of it never stops. So when you have those obstacles and you're born maybe not into the best situation, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there is hope if you can be surrounded by positive, encouraging individuals.
How are you working on the digital and social side? I mean, kids, adults, all of us probably have come into some kind of conflict on social media. How do you promote positive online interactions?
Yeah, so we are constantly trying to pivot and make adjustments to meet the demands of the public, but from video content to messaging to our branding, offering resources outside of even Strive, partnerships that we have, trying to connect individuals to that. And we use, the social media platform. It does have its challenges, but it's also an opportunity to connect with a larger audience. In addition to that, we've made a conscious effort to work with Lamar billboards to push out messaging across the city to the public, right? Just so people see, okay, the momentum, the movement, ability to connect with us and be a part of the change, while also talking about the importance of this thing that you brought up early, mental health, trauma, right?
Yeah.
The messaging needs to be out there.
Yeah, and you're working with Marquette's Stevie Mitchell on that program, right?
Yeah, so we had an opportunity this year. As you know, the landscape of collegiate athletics is changing, right? A lot of negativity to it, but we always try to reframe and look at things from a positive. Having the ability to connect with an individual like Stevie Mitchell, who models everything that we do, like we're aligned with our missions, is an opportunity for us to spread our message and connect with him and the community.
Yeah. If people want to get more information on the program for Strive 365, where can they go?
Yes, please go to our website. It's www.strive365.org. Please reach out to us. We'd love to connect with you. A lot of different events and movement coming up. We're doing something. We're partnered with Leroy Butler. We have some things coming up for the NFL draft, some programming, and also just looking for, like you mentioned, Stevie Mitchell, we're looking for more ambassadors, which is just people in the community to help us.
Great. Brandon Curry from Strive 365. I appreciate your time this morning.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News is next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Robert F. Kennedy has gotten a thumbs up from the Senate Finance Committee. Louisiana Republican Bill Cassidy, a doctor, was at first skeptical of his vaccination stance, but ended up backing him in committee. The Senate Intelligence Committee will vote today on Tulsi Gabbard's Director of National Intelligence nomination. The trade war between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada has been stalled for a month, but 10% tariffs are now in place on Chinese-made goods. Could President Trump be thinking the same thing for products made in the European Union? Possibly, says ABC Business correspondent Alexis Christoforous.
Think olive oil, cheese, wine, chocolate, the list goes on. We import more than we export to the EU. And he is upset that there's not that balance.
China retaliated against the tariffs by slapping a 15% tariff on U.S. goods. The flight data recorder from that plane that collided with a helicopter over the Potomac, killing 67 people, is now being analyzed. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:31. Arrested for pointing a gun at school children in Racine. Police responded to Wisconsin Lutheran Middle School on Monday. Reports of a man who appeared drunk pointing a gun at students out for recess. Nobody hurt. They got the students back inside. Police eventually located and arrested that guy hours later. 11th and Washington. Charges pending. Amber alert still in effect for a missing teen from Dodge County. Authorities tell us 16-year-old Sophia Franklin, she's 3 months pregnant, was last seen at her home in Beaver Dam late Sunday. They think she's with the father of her unborn child, 40-year-old man named Gary Day. You can see their pictures and the car they may be in up at WTMJ.com or text Amber to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. And Mason Crosby now officially announcing his retirement from the NFL. Now, he did kick a few games for the Giants in 2023 after the Packers did not bring him back. Crosby, 16 seasons in Green Bay, and is the team's all-time leading scorer. Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average up just under 100 points at 44,519. S&P 500 climbing 43 to 6037. And right now the NASDAQ at 19,639. That is up more than 240 points. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Take a look at your roads. Your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. No incidents on the big board. That means we have normal travel time, 7 minutes northbound on I-94 from Layton Avenue to the Marquette. Brown Deer to downtown is about a 14-minute drive on southbound I-43 and 4145 south from Q to the Zoo running at 15 minutes. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Morning sunshine, clouds this afternoon, high 25, mostly cloudy tonight with a low down to 23. An afternoon, rain, snow, possibly some sleet or freezing rain mixed in there on Wednesday. That event happening about 4 o'clock and later, should run till about midnight with a high of 32 degrees. Thursday, decreasing clouds, windy and a high 40. Mostly cloudy on Friday, high of 28. Snow likely on Saturday. Accumulations are likely as well with a high of 32. Right now in Madison, it's 15, 13 in Green Bay, Waukesha up to 19 and 20 degrees in Milwaukee. I'm Vince Vitrano, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 1034.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, protection and income are the keys to success. Simply put, if you're nearing or in retirement, you can't afford a stock market crash. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game film was a key to success. Now I'm a best-selling author and star in a new groundbreaking documentary film called The Retirement Deception. It unveils how the Wall Street machine has been deceiving us for decades and proves you don't need to risk your nest egg in the market to have the retirement you deserve. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. I want you to watch this film for free. Call today for your free copy of The Retirement Deception. I think you would agree 30 to 40 years of saving for retirement is at least worth a phone call to watch this film and see how you can improve your retirement. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free copy of The Retirement Deception. Call 844-763-2837. That's 844-763-2837. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. C-suite stress. A new survey of 1,000 business owners, CEOs, CFOs at U.S. companies across the country was conducted by Wakefield Research on behalf of Century, and it revealed that small businesses are the most confident as we head through the rest of 2025. Nearly half of the leaders at the companies, up to 249 employees, believe their company will thrive for the rest of the year, compared to just 33%, though, of leaders at larger companies of 1,000 employees or more. So there's a bit of a contrast in terms of executive level stress as well. 82% of executives at larger companies are reporting higher levels of stress compared to 68% of executives at smaller businesses. David Dickinson is the Customer Research Director at Century. David joins us on the phone. I appreciate your time this morning, David.
Hey, good morning, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So what is the survey that Century just did? What's on the mind of business leaders? Is it just the fact that there is a little bit more going on the macro level, that it's harder and harder to process it all on the micro level inside businesses?
That's exactly it. What we're seeing here is that, across the board, whether they're large companies like you mentioned or smaller companies and within different industries as well, we're seeing that the things that really are keeping executives up at night, there's no real big concern, but there's a whole bunch of them that all kind of hover in the same area. Like, for example, 47% are stressed about the uncertainty of the economy, whether that's the new administration or if it's the cost of energy or the fluctuating market or whatever the Fed is going to say in the next meeting about interest rates. That's the primary reason that we see at 47%. But there are also supply chain challenges as well as the rising cost of healthcare. There's labor shortages and inflation are the main drivers. We see a few other laggards on that, but those are the primary five that kind of combine, like you said, at the macro level.
Yeah, I mean, those outside forces just seem to be much more prevalent, especially in the last several months. And how are they shaping the internal decisions from the C-suite level?
Well, there's a lot of actions that the C-suite are taking. They're mainly what we see is about 90% of the responses are delaying upgrades, whether that's in their equipment or their software or their facilities. They're putting those sort of things on hold and applying those resources in other areas where they're more certain about, because that's what we see as those areas that they feel like they can't control. They're not necessarily applying those resources there, but are instead shifting to the areas that they can control.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like businesses are anticipating higher costs, but also, just being more cognizant of, hey, what do insurance reviews, what do claims look like in the future? You sense that interpretation that is, I don't know. I don't know what's coming, and I need to make some decisions today that I didn't know I needed to make 2 months ago.
No, that's exactly it. What we see is that risk is driving these executives to stay up at night. It's what the main source of their stress is. And what our research is showing us is that managing that risk is a big part of reducing their stress load, whether that's looking at their insurance, making sure that they're adequately covered about some of the larger things that are going on in the market, or also, being able to do more with less with the labor shortages as well. They are all equally vested in these areas and looking at ways to strategize to reduce the risk going forward.
Through your survey, did you ask how CEOs are managing their day-to-day stress?
Certainly. We take a look at that day-to-day stress, they're again, the big thing here is managing risk, and they're reassessing their level of insurance. They're also making bigger investments in safety as their workforce is asked to do more, maybe outside of their training level or what the job that they were hired for. Safety is a big part of that. And again, looking at those delayed upgrades, that's a strategy that's being thought of by a vast majority of executives.
All right. David Dickinson is a customer research director at Century. David, I appreciate your time and insights this morning.
Great. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on again.
Of course. Coming up next, two individuals on a macro level that are managing their platforms and stress each and every day, Elon Musk and Mark Cuban. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
The next time you're due for service, visit richlands.com to schedule an appointment at any of our 5 conveniently located facilities.
All AAA approved and all staffed by ASE certified technicians ready to serve you.
Hey,
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
If you're a woman looking to take control of your financial future, you are not alone. Women are leading the way in business and managing household finances, but challenges still exist. That's why Annex Wealth Management presents the Women in Wealth series every third Thursday. It'll empower you with knowledge and resources to succeed. Join us for collaborative discussions, community building, and learn about key areas of financial planning. Women in Wealth events are free every third Thursday. Sign up at annexwealth.com/events and bring a friend.
When you work at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll be helping us help others. There are many that need our help, and we need your help to carry out our mission. St. Vincent de Paul is always looking for part-time team members. You'll get competitive pay, benefits, and flexibility in scheduling. So apply online at svdpmilw.org or stop by Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, or 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to the Upswing. A little local bumper music there from Telethon. I love to hear it. So on the national level, I'm monitoring each and every day, probably each and every moment for you, what Elon Musk is saying and what Mark Cuban are saying, not only in terms of what's going on specifically in government, but business and community and more. They're both very active, full of opinion. So we're going to do Musk versus Cuban.
It's time for Musk.
As the president said, we're going to have a golden age.
Versus Cuban.
Mark, Donald Trump and Mark Cuban don't go to people's houses and have dinner. Are you kidding me? That's who he is.
On the Upswing. Go!
2 days ago on his Blue Sky account, which is the preferred platform for entrepreneur Mark Cuban, Mark posted this question that I thought was a really rational, productive post that led to almost 3,600 comments and generated a ton of ideas. This is how you use a platform. Mark Cuban posted, if you're a small to medium-sized business, would you rather buy health insurance from a big health insurance company or from a new nonprofit healthcare program offered by the biggest unions? Now, to briefly answer Mr. Cuban, as a business owner, obviously, it's crucial to carefully evaluate the options. You got to look at cost. You got to look at administrative ease. There's stability. There's company values of whatever healthcare platform you're using, flexibility, employee satisfaction. But the healthcare landscape is changing so much as it continues to evolve. Solutions like the one Mark Cuban are suggesting here, a new nonprofit healthcare program offered by unions, could potentially further disrupt the market and offer new alternatives for businesses seeking to provide even more quality healthcare options to their employees. Isn't this what we all want? I like the conversation. I like using the platform for good. Mark Cuban, of course, is also into cost-plus drugs, which is already disrupting, as a public benefit corporation, the prices of prescription medication. Something to keep an eye on. I love the ideas. I love the thoughtfulness all the time. Let's go on to Elon Musk. From the Doge account, the Department of Government Efficiency, he posts a penny costs over 3 cents to make and costs U.S. taxpayers more than $179 million in financial 2020. 23. The Mint produced over 4.5 billion pennies that year, around 40% of the 11.4 billion coins for circulation produced. A penny for 3 cents for your thoughts? All right. Is it time that Elon wants to take his powers in D.C. to kill the penny? Not a new idea, of course, but one that deserves deeper thought, too. Wouldn't hurt my world, but it could kind of creep up prices, don't you think? New York Times Magazine story argued for abolishing the coin recently, saying the necessity of abolishing the penny has been obvious for those in power for so long that the inability to accomplish it has transformed the coin into a symbol of deeper rot. Pretty interesting. You could just stop producing the pennies, I guess, and keep them as legal tender. It's worth the debate, and we'll see how this continues to move forward. Next up, I pulled some prices. If you're happening to just think about, all right, I got to buy a ticket, but I need to stay in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you all about prices on the hotel side in New Orleans when we come back. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
On 894 North, just before the National Avenue exit, the right lane is closed. There's a medical emergency, it looks like.
Call me, Debbie Lazaga, on the WTMJ traffic tip line, 414-238-9329.
Hello, Debbie. 41 South, just before Capitol Drive. There are 2 cars involved in an accident.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests from the business side can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
A Blaine's Farm and Fleet original story.
These are going to be the best pancakes ever.
Let's see. Griddle, mixing bowls, and birdseed.
For the world's first pancake bird feeder snowman. Ta-da!
We've got the value you need to do things your way, like $3 off Blaine's pet food, $5 off for rewards members. Get a $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $75 on Purina products. Plus, rewards members get free same-day delivery on select pet orders. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Numbness, tingling in the hands, arms, legs, feet. Time to go see Dr. Alex Young and my team at Connect Chiropractic. Regular chiropractic care can bring life-changing results for folks who suffer from neuropathy and fibromyalgia, nervous system issues that can be corrected. And no worries about twisting, cracking, or popping. The docs at Connect Chiro use all the same method, a special tool that is pain-free and effective for your adjustments. Visit them in Delafield and Wauwatosa or get started online at GoConnectChiro.com.
Hey, it's Sandy Max from What's on Tap, and this week we've got another ticket giveaway to best-selling artist and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Bonnie Raitt. September 16th at the Riverside Theater. Don't miss your chance to win tickets before they go on sale. It's another ticket giveaway on What's on Tap right here on WTMJ.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox and Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
For WTMJ contest rules, visit WTMJ.com/contests. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Keeping an eye on ticket prices and hotel prices. Just in case you're sitting around at the office this morning and you're like, all right, I need to get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, you may be surprised at how much hotel rooms are going for. For stays this coming weekend, 2-star hotels in the region are nearing $1,000 per night in Greater New Orleans, while 4 to 5-star hotels are frequently exceeding, and no matter, it kind of depends on the platform you're looking at, but $4,000 a night. And in most cases, each require a 3-night minimum stay. I'm doing a bit of more research this morning, and the Sports Management Research Institute says that hotel pricing escalation in New Orleans is the highest it's seen in 3 decades of tracking Super Bowl trends, with the event-related increases now tracking at roughly 8 times the normal pricing. For many other Super Bowls, the hotel price bump has been more like about half of that or less. These regular rates for many of these hotels, by the way, especially kind of the lower quality ones, if you will, are like $198 a night. So the increase is real. The get-in price, if you're looking at tickets, a lot of talk that the game prices are kind of getting a little bit devalued, but you're still looking at, no matter what kind of the marketplace you're going for, $3,300 per seat, which is down about 30% from levels a week ago. Prime lower level seats can now easily be had for less than $10,000 for the Super Bowl. In other recent Super Bowls, though, that inventory, those really prime seats, were going for more than double that $10,000 figure. If you're flying to New Orleans, you can fly round trip to Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport. You can leave Thursday. You come back Monday. Fly out of MKE. A main cabin on Delta will get you, it's about $367 for a round trip out of MKE. $297 for that basic fare. Speaking of MKE, I'm going to close with this. In 2023, our airport reached a new milestone in passenger traffic when it surpassed 6 million travelers for the first time since the COVID pandemic. In 2024, yesterday, MKE announced this, that it welcomed 6,316,245 travelers in 2024, and this was a 5% increase over the previous milestone. All right, good news always on the Upswing, and a friendly reminder, if you're flying out of town, do your best to fly out of our local airport. This is the Upswing. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News.
All right, team, listen up. Merle the Squirrel's here to tell you why Capital's duck cleaning is a game changer.
What did he say?
He said, if you haven't cleaned your ducks in 5 years, you're breathing in all kinds of junk. And unlike those companies who use glorified shop vacs, we use high-powered trucks to clean your ducks the right way.
Yeah, makes sense. Cleaner ducks, cleaner air, healthier home.
Exactly. Schedule your Capital duck cleaning today at callcapitalcares.com.
Call capitalcares.com.
19 people charged in 60 counts in a years-long narcotics investigation.
Join Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty on Wisconsin's Midday News.
A big endorsement for Wisconsin Democratic Party Chair Ben Wickler, who's running for the party's national chair.
Bringing you trusted and relevant news every week.